Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed. Can you all hear me okay? How's the sound coming through? Just wait for everybody to catch up. Jean-Ricard, hello Jean-Ricard, hello Mick. Right, you can hear the chuffs, that's good. Okay, good, fantastic, thank you very much. Welcome into Tammy and Ray. Ben from Eagle Creek, a stalwart. Hang on. Just trying to keep the dog away from the heater. It's rather hot, so okie dokie. Right, who else have we got? RGJ. Right, we've got Robin Grace. Hello there. From Crew. Oh, I see. Himmel Down, that's Mark. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. And Dino, of course. There's Al from Brayton Junction. Oh, dear. Doggy doesn't seem to... she's looking up at the trains, but she can't quite see them because she's sitting down on yonder floor. But she's getting to be a big old girl now. She's like a 3-stone bulldozer. So take her out for a walk and she'll pull your arm off. Marchwest Junction Andy. Bangor Junction Carl Brond. Hello. Nice to see you. After we met at Getz, which was... the more I think back on it, the better Getz gets. It was just, it just happened so fast and it's gone. Yeah, it was packed and all the rest of it. But yes, I'm running the same kit that I was last week with a few additions. I'll just touch briefly on the fact that it's Armistice Day, what the North Americans would call Veterans Day. And yes, you pay your respects at 11 o'clock and got my little poppy there. And yeah, that quickly passes. Oh, good, she's flopped out on the floor. That's good. Simo D, hello. Nice to see you. I wanted to go, but things popped up and I had to leave it. Yeah, you know how it is. We're always busy. So I've expanded a little on last week, where I've got the little Alco 260. I've added a couple in there, and with the 440 behind me, I've added some stock cars on there. So that should it fats out the train a little. Trackside Mike, hello there. Nice to see you, all the way from Canada. Yeah, so I've got the sound on the 440 at the moment because it's a little less raucous than the Alco. The Alco does tend to pump out the sound a bit. And there's Lee as well. Hello, Lee. Right, so let's just get a decent view of the stock coming round. If I can. Forgive the vomit can. Try and keep the lead out of the way. So that should give you a good idea of what's coming. The Alco 260 is just coming past you now. A bit of Union Pacific stock there. And here comes our trusty 440. Yeah, a bit of UP. I'm not quite sure. I've obviously got Denver and Rio Grande stock on there. The stock cars are Great Northern and Northern Pacific. But the one says SAL Railway company. So I'm not quite sure about that one. I'm just going to have to let the doggy out. Got it. There you go. Right, there we go. Doggy is out of the shed. She just shut the door and that was it. Off she went. Nice to see you, trackside Mike. What's the make of signal? They are made by CR Signals, a company which did brilliant signals, and I think one of the guys that made most of their signals out of brass and whatever they use, he sort of left and the whole thing just sort of folded. So they were made by CR Signals. The one just behind the camera, I'll twist it round in a minute so you can see the other one, I got from China, and they're not of the same quality, obviously, but they do the job equally as well. So I'll just switch around. Here we go. That signal is there is one from China, but these are positive anode rather than negative, so they work differently than our British signals, which are a common negative. These are common positive, so I've had to get a board which caters for that. But as the 440 goes past, you'll see that change, and then it will run through the signal sequence. So as you can see, that's turned to red, and then there's a timer on that at the moment because that's like a main board which has got a timer on it. And the idea is that as it clears the section, it will then go to single yellow, eventually single yellow, and then double yellow, and then back to green. Oh, we got Colin in. Good afternoon, Colin. Nice to see you. Now, you must have finished that trestle by now, which is an absolute monster. I mean, for anybody that hasn't seen Colin's trestle, it's absolutely huge, even in N scale. Yeah, fabulous engineering masterpiece. Did I see Mr. Dwight Curley creep in there? I did indeed. Hello, Dwight. Nice to see you. Yes, I very much like my American stock. And there's Dave. Hello, Dave from Scott Rails. Fellow Trainiacs. Yeah, that's a good one. And Roy Dennis. Hello, Roy and Trevor. Good afternoon to you as well. Here comes the Alco 260. I've added an extra caboose on for the front and an extra silver flat car. We call it a flat car, but it's more of a like a general use car. And coming t'other way is the 440 with sound. Great Northern stock car, Northern Pacific stock car. Then we've got Denver and Rio Grande quad. Yeah, that's very nice. I like that. Those are the Overton cars, which are, I think, 36 foot long. Old blue box, Atherton Roundhouse type cars, just kit cars. But really, they're very good, and they stand up today to anything that they make. It's a shame that they don't make more of them, but it's not that popular, which is a shame, because we could do with seeing more of the old Wild West. Hello, Simon. That's good to see you. A little 260 trundling past. So yeah, I very much like 1880s to 1900 stock. So much character in the early locomotives, with what you would term a cowcatcher or a pilot. Really, they were designed to nudge the cows out of the way, being made of wood. Later on, they were made of metal. But yeah, all good. The only thing that's really happened this week is the Rapido announcements. I don't know if anybody's seen those. This is Rapido UK. So it's not the worldwide Rapido that the Americans and Canadians would know. They've decided to make a couple of China clay par porch tank wagons, tank engines. Hello, Stuart. Nice to see you. Yeah, Chris has pre-ordered the Port of Par Bagnall steam shunters. On top of that, they've made another 060 pannier tank engine. They're doing a new run of the Great Northern, I can't remember what it is now. It's the one with the massive great wheel. Oh, there's James. Hello, James. Nice to see you. So we've got both James and Trackside Mike in. Yeah, what an incredible pair to do a live stream. I don't know if... oh, and Boxcar Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Talking of boxcars, there you go. Yeah, Mike and James do a really good show, and they sort of feed off each other. There's obviously, it's done with a bit of humour, and Mike's got a very dry humour. So dry it could absolutely parch you. But they do a brilliant show, and it chugs along really very nicely. It's great to watch. What's up, Hoser? Right, let's have a bit of sound on the alcove. If I can remember what number it is. It is 1360. Donegal Dad Rail. There's Mark. Hello, Mark. Just a little reminder, if you haven't yet tickled the like button, that would be most appreciated. I don't really go for all the analytics and stuff, but it obviously doesn't help. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't help. So, as it comes past, I'll give you a sample of the whistle. And Trainman 1. Hello, Trainman 1. Nice to see you. Everybody, give it up for Trainman 1. Good afternoon, Jason. Nice to see you. I'll just pop that one down there a second. I'll give a sample of the 440 whistle as it comes around. They didn't put a fantastic amount of sounds on the chit, which is obviously in the tender. A good enough representation, like coal shoveling, things like that. But they didn't absolutely go to town on it. You can get a couple of clash, that kind of thing. Wigwag Workshop, hello there, nice to see you. Ladies and gents, give it up for Wigwag Workshop. Here at Crew, we have Timber, Rob, Grace, Simon, Peter and his missus. God help Crew. Yeah, that's funny. Yes, the gang has arrived, mob-handed. Now, Stuart, I haven't seen a video since the last one you did, so you're obviously working on something. When's the next outing of video so I can get ready with a meal? It's like a running joke. Stuart always seems to come up with a video, and it comes up right at a meal time. So I'm always sitting there chomping away while watching Stuart's video, which is great for the digestion. Right, now here comes number 106, chugging his way around. That's quite a good representation of a 440 with, this is obviously a later 440 with Westinghouse pumps on it. So you can hear them pant every now and then. She's coming. And there's Edward. Hello, Edward. Nice to see you. Now at light speed on fibre optics. Oh, that's great, Edward. I know you're having a bit of trouble with down that kind of route. Dwight Curly needs coffee. Well, that makes two of us, Dwight. While you're there, make mine as well, would you? 2 sugars. Nothing fancy. Uh-oh. Oh, James has got a snag with the layout builder. Defective crossover. Need a new one. Ah, now is that an Atlas? Or is it a Pico? Or is it something more exotic, James? If you can fill us in there. A medium double, please. So that's a double shot of coffee. And is that a double shot of chocolate as well, Dave? Oh, Wolfers. Okay. So that would be, am I right in assuming that's code 83? And Dwight's got out of bed 20 minutes ago. 2 sugar, 2 cream. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. Yes, code 83. Now, I do have some code 83 stuff, honestly, because I was going to make a little diorama. And there's Artie. Hello, Artie. There you go, folks. I wasn't kidding. Code 83. I think the idea was that I get them before, while I still had money. So that was a really good move because the price of points and crossovers and double slips and that have shot through the roof. And there's Ivo Van Zon. Hello, Ivo. Says the spoilt European. If the plastic is as bad as their model kits, it's no surprise that it breaks. Oh, well, authors. Well, the 3 China clay wagons that Anthony very kindly got me, they were Walters. Yeah, no trouble with those. But perhaps their other products are not so good. That would suggest to me that Ivo has a little bit of experience of Walters kits coming apart and things like that. I thought, who's St. Mary? It's obviously Stuart. Struggling with a Walters kit right now. I'm not sure you're the only one. There's a guy called Joe Rader who does quite a few kits, some for other people. And particularly if somebody gives him an old kit, he really has a bit of a struggle with warped plastic and things like that, parts that don't fit. Um, I think Joe's a good enough modeler that he can literally, by experience, fix it. Fix it while he's doing it. He can work on his feet, which is great. Me, I'd just probably grind to a halt and then have to think about it for a couple of hours. Won't make it. Plans changed. Oh, I must have missed that one. Is it just my internet or is Andy lagging from time to time? Could be. Let's see what kind of. Yeah, haven't got the most fantastic signal. So I might try. Let me just try something. If I move a little that way, and let's see if that's any improvement. Doing okay. Got a bit frustrated last week, not healing fast enough. But built a new container yard on the lag. Yeah, that looks really good, Ben. Obviously, you were having thoughts about it might not be in the right place, and I think effectively you were right. Was there no hockey game last night? Really? Oh, I like the emoji, which is that's a farting emoji. I would gather. I didn't know one of those existed. Mass every Sunday, very important. Yeah. If you're of a religious persuasion, then Mass would certainly be a highlight of the week. The wagons. Oh, are these the famous Union Pacific silver ones? Is that right, Stuart? Strangely enough, they're actually the last three are made by Merkley. Question about lamps. Go ahead. Royal duties. Oh yes, the three lamps in front. I think Lord Owl, which is Dragon Junction Mark II, I think he had something on there about three lamps. But usually if it's a royal train, there's three lamps on the front of the locomotive. Three. Yeah, definitely three. There are actually, on most locomotives, there are three lamp irons on the front, which are obviously designed to take those lamps. But yeah, I think it's only royal trains that can have three. The rest of the hoi polloi has two. Three lamps a royal train. Do I take it that James has something in the royal variety? Four lamp irons on most mainline one. Yes, there's one which is usually at the top of the boiler door, if you like, the smoke box door. They should put the royal coat of arms when they travel our trains. Yeah, that's another accoutrement. Oh, that's a good word. Three lamps, not the same as North American trains. All right, okay. Good morning. Here we have Mark at Stanover. Somebody said 4 lamps. Okay. I'll take that with a pinch of salt. Oh, really? Oh, well, let's just put it this way. Opinions vary. But if Alan says it's 3, it's good enough for me. We have a headlight and ditch lights. Yeah, I've got a few American locos which have them. There's a couple which have actually got Mars lights as well, which are like 1950s type thing. Europe is 3 or 5 lamps depending on locomotive. Minimum is 3. Oh, Roy, did you ever find the cat which popped off the sprue? I know you was having a little bit of trouble. Yeah, forgive my flippant remark. Is the cat amongst the pigeons? But these things are so small that once they pop off the sprue, they could go anywhere. But it's not as if they're made of metal and you can pick them up with a magnet. It's a shame, really. Marker lamps here are dictated what type of train it was from local. Yeah, local to express. Yeah, I suppose it varies in what country you're in. Ivo would probably be able to tell us if it's a Europe-wide thing or it's just basic countries doing their own thing. But generally over here we have like a marker light system and some usually like something like a Whippack, really strong light. And also there are day and nighttime marker lights, which are really quite strong. A train for royal duty is different. Yeah, I believe it is. Thinking about it, royal trains are 4 lamps, 3 along the buffer beam and 1 on top of the smoke box. I'll tell you what, I'll ask my son when he comes back in from a shopping expedition. So I should be able to give you the answer for that next week. He'll probably do his homework and he'll come up with something definitive. No, never found it. It's in my lounge. Well, I've just run the Hoover around since, so probably ended up in that. Well, if it's one without a dust bag, you can probably empty it into a bowl or something and have a little look through. Or if it has got a dust bag, split it open, but you'll need some strong glasses for that one. Either that or just get some more, Roy. Now marker lights just indicated the direction of the trains. Europe is different for each country on the rear, but on the front it's always left, right, centre. Oh, okay. There's Brian. Hello, Brian. Lovely to see you, man. Used to have 4, now it's just 2. I see. Where are the lamps located? If it's 4, then it's 3 along the buffer beam, left, right, and centre, and then 1 on the high on the smoke box door. Oh. Sorry, that wasn't me. It was definitely the 440. Definitely wasn't me. That's quite deafening, actually. They've obviously done some things with the CVs on the sound. So some are quite intrusive like this. Now, perhaps they've actually done it right, because when you have a blowdown like that or cylinder cots, they really are quite loud in real life. Up until 92, we had a white circle or triangle plate to mark the end of the trains, just like what they did in the UK. Yeah, I think we have like a single, always had a single red lamp on the back, usurped in modern times by a single flashing light, which I believe is the current iteration. And if a train happens to come past a railway employee and that lamp isn't on the back, all stop because you've lost a bit of your train. Let's see if I can organise a bit of sound on this one. Here we go. I'll slow it down a little bit. It just sounded like the next door neighbour's dog after a long walk. Our doggy tends to flop after a long walk. She just flops at her water bowl and then just drinks. How long did it take? It's a work in progress. The bit you're looking at, right down the end there, I still haven't got around to doing that yet, which is going to be China clay related. I'll just silence that one. Yeah, but I started it in around about 2017, 2018. It's difficult to get glue to dry or anything like that in the winter. So most of it was done in spring, summer, autumn, which our American and Canadian cousins would call the fall. So, yeah, it very much, are layouts ever finished? No, they're really not. There are things I've adapted. I rationalised some of the track having crossovers and things like that because they were problematic. Not sure about headlamp codes for the Royal Train off the top of your head. Got enough trouble coming up with a track plan for the new extension at the moment. I'm sure you'll figure it out, Mark. No, they're never finished. Just as soon as you finish one thing, there's something else that will either need attention or you'll have second thoughts about it. Well, I've looked at that long enough, let's change it. During our civil war, we only had one red marker light. Don't know when two became standard. I don't know. Is it just something to do with symmetry? March West, what's a buffer beam? Right. Usually the buffers are one either side, one far left, one far right, and the beam that they're attached to, which they're like springing, is born into. That's the buffer beam. Let's see if I can find something that's got a buffer beam. I'm looking at an A4 and that hasn't. I haven't actually. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Oh, yes, yes, I can. I can show. Let me just, I'll show you what a buffer bean is. Right, here it comes. Okay, I'll put this down right here. This is, you recognise the 9F. Here are the buffers, one either side. And that red item there is the buffer beam. Quite thick steel, probably an inch or two thick, and that would cushion any blows. So it looks difficult to see it from the side, but yeah, that's how it's attached. So that red item there, that is the buffer beam, James. There you go. Right on. I finished it. No, I haven't even looked at it, Brian. But I got a feeling that there's either a loose wire, or, you know, on some of the Hornby can motors, they have like a brass connection where the brushes go in. They usually have like a tag attached to that, and some of those on the Hornby locos are really loose, and they just swing around the circular brass bit. Are those sprung? Oh, no. Yes, they are. Yeah, they're sprung buffers, Artie. Not that you can do much with sprung buffers, but there you go. Right, I should be able to swing round, and you should just be able to catch the 440 coming in. There we are. There you go. Sprung buffers. It was bad couple of design. Well, the buffers came about when there was just chain link couplings. So what's got to be done to finish it? Right, I've got to lift the body back off of it, and literally fart around with the wiring, and maybe the how the pickups on the locomotive get to the chassis. Having done the A4 where they've used this system, they've probably done the same on the 9F. So I'll have to look at that. But you know what life is, it sort of gets in the way. Yeah, it's just I don't think the tender's the problem, it's the engine itself. It'll get done eventually, yeah, like most things. But it could do with I might actually rewire it with something a little more substantial than their little tiny fart ass wires. Yeah, it's actually what would you call it? It's a railroad 9F, and as such, the DCC socket, the 8-pin socket, is actually up in the engine and not in the tender. Well, I don't think that's the problem. The little copper braids are fine. They're probably phosphor bronze, but they're fine on the tender. But one of the wires did come off, and I did solder it back on. So it might be worth looking at. Did anyone make a model of the flying buffer beam? I don't know. I really don't. There's Mr. Anthony Dodge, King Anthony Dodge for the day. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Let's have some rampant sounds as it comes past. What are we on? 1360. Yeah. Ah, H&H Express. Hello, hi. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Duckman Junction. Hello, Wayne. Nice to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Class 50 expert, and that's Wayne at Duckman Junction. For those interested, the stock cars are these, which are Proto 2000. And as you can see, Brian, it was a bargain at a £5 because they're really nicely detailed. All of the doors slide on them. I believe these have been taken over by Walthers. So I got a whole stack of them, something like 10 or so. And I think I done him down on the price. So I think I paid £40. So that was a bargain. Yeah. So £40 for 10, that ended up £4 per car. The Class 50 joke. Go ahead, Ivo. I'd love to hear it. I wonder if it's anything to do with a Hoover. And Leighton Junction. Welcome in. Just got back from the mobile home, took the caravan layout with me. Whee, okay, that's fine. Yes, Proto models taken over by Walthers. Yeah, I thought so. Currently putting lights and passengers in Mark 1s. Well, I hope they're not Lima ones. That's a pain. Or a 50-40 Krusty. No, Backman. Oh, okay. Well, they're not too easy either, are they? Is it a lot of swearing, Wayne? Ah, now this is significant. Dino's asking if there are track plans. Ah, what have you got in mind, Dino? Have a video, nice and simple. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. That's one thing you can say. We've got a great online resource of how to get into these things. These ones are terrible to get into. Absolutely ghastly. Because just under the foot plate, there's a circuit board in there, and it's a nightmare. Railway said, Dino, use the Marklin catalogue. Right. possibly moving to a bigger shed. This is good news, Dino. Artie's heading off to bed. Thanks for coming, Artie. A pleasure as always. For those who are in any doubt whatsoever, there is a Pico track rubber, and here is the Fleischmann track rubber. I suppose Roco make those now, and these are great. Just keep them flat, rub them over, and they're very, very fine. These ones, it's like made out of a brick. So I suppose if you've dropped anything metallic on there and there's a scratch in it, this will get it out. But for general use, I use this. And that's all it takes. Mark III, on the other hand, no thanks. Right. Okay. Now, I don't think that's Bachmann make Mark IIIs, do they? I think that's the Hornby one. Or is it, dare I say it, Lima? Or Limby? Use them alongside meth. Is that in methylated spirits? Yeah, there's always expense. The Andy Mano has just put up a video which says, let's add some sculptor mold plaster to the foam board backdrop with the Grateful Dead. Interesting. Moving to a 12-foot by 6. Have you actually got the shed, Dino? Yeah, Colin, you can't take it with you. Let's just see if I can up the speed on the 440. See if it'll take it. I'll trim the sound on this one. The other shed that's used for DIY stuff, thinking of doing a swap. Okay. Is your shed at the moment 8 feet wide? Because it looks that way. But the extra length will really get you some. I'm just going to have to let the doggy in. Oh, here we go. Coming in? No? Coming in? Jeezy. Right, sit there. Sit. Right, the doggy has arrived. Now the current one's 6 foot wide, so it's not getting any worse for you, Dino. But yeah, if you're going to end up with the extra length, that would be great. Did I see Sean in there? Hello, Sean. Yeah, doggy's having a sniff round now, so she's looking for something to purloin. I think she needs a fuss. She wants a bit of love, I think. Just a longer shed. Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use, Dino. That's it. Doggy has flopped. That's good news. For those of you who haven't seen Doggy, I'll just give you a little look. There she is. Not so small now. We've got Trainmaster 9000. Hello. Nice to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, I'll be catching up on food just after we finish the live stream. Hi, Dog. Doggy is Blondie, mainly because of a very nice sort of yellowy colour. The hairy controller says hello to Andy's dog. Hello, hairy controller. Dino, didn't your ICE2 starter set come with a small booklet with some plans? No, usually they do. Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, Dino's looked through it, but you obviously haven't made your mind up yet. But any track with geometry, yeah, it's a smart move. Seeing what they've actually got in mind. Let's see if we can get some whistle action. Recall. Whistle. Oh, fair to middling, John. Yeah, pretty good. Bit of a blowdown. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame Artie's not here, but because I feel that Artie's quite good at blowdowns. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, many years of collecting, particularly with the old stuff. It's they don't frequently put anything really sort of old Wild West out on the market, which is a shame. But they're so small that yeah, it's sort of difficult to engineer. Not impossible, as they've done with the Richmond 440, but difficult. I remember taking that thing apart and it was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, very wise. Colin's brilliant at DCC, particularly the automatic stuff. Very complex. Hi's going to be working on connecting more lights to Codyville today, probably the street lights. Oh, I see. I can't remember, Hi. Were the street lights too long or too short? I believe they were too long, yes? And you were going to sink them in a bit further or was it the fact that you had to extend them so they were a little bit higher? Yeah, they were too short, yeah. Favourite train? Oh, that's a tough one. Probably the Dreyfus Hudson. Anytime. Yeah, it's probably the Dreyfus Hudson. I think because I got one and it's the MTH die-cast version and it's got all the whistles and all the bells and all the smoke and everything. And it's just so superb. They use a Canon motor in it. There was no expense spared, and it shows. Yeah, it's an absolute icon. And now you've mentioned that, I'll drag it out and I'll probably run it next Sunday. Can I change the timing on the signal? Yes, I can. There's a small potential divider on the board, which means I can extend it. There's like a master and 3 slaves on the direction you're looking at. So it's just gone past the master and it's connected to all the other signals. Can't remember what the master board is called. I think it's a mass sequencer and the others are just slaves. We've not seen it for a while? No, indeed. And the other one I've got is actually a Rivarossi version, but somebody has updated it to DCC. So I may well run that too. Not be a live stream on Tuesday from Hi. Next live stream is on the 21st of November. Okay, thanks, Hi. Looking forward to the Czech railjet running. Yes, I think we all do. It's a superb train. Happy days, Anthony Dodge. What have I missed? Just solved my Czech railjet issue yesterday. I can now run it. The entire rate. That's excellent news. There we go. Okay, James, thanks for coming in. Always welcome. And Jean-Ricard is on his way. Thanks for coming in, Jean-Ricard. Always a pleasure. Got a special adapter, which stops the shorting. Excellent. Everyone's favourite train. Oh, that's a tough one. Everybody's going to have their favourites. But it's so difficult. you've got steam, you've got diesel, you've got electric. I suppose it depends on your interest. There's a whole lot of factors that are involved. Thomas Macklin train layout, Orient Express. Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. For Lee, it's steam all the way. Class 50 all the way. Yeah, I would say that's probably your modus operandi, Wayne. Actually, any version of the Orient Express. So, okay. VSOE or the old one. Yeah, it's popular, particularly the first class trains. They're always something special. 66 due to having 35 different liveries. Yeah, yeah, good choice. You can't beat a shed. What I can do, I can silence this one as well. How about that? Right, let's just drag you back around here. Here we go. I'm going to have to go and feed Doggy soon. I think she's getting a bit pecky. Oh. Right, I'm going to call it there. Back again after a brilliant meetup. Excellent. Thanks everybody for coming in and just having a little peek on the layout. Always lovely to see everybody and spend a bit of Sunday chewing the fat, as they say. Alan Reynolds, good afternoon. Just about to call it, actually, Alan. You're welcome, Colin. Nice to see you all. If you can make it, yeah, I'll be live streaming again next Sunday. Once again, thanks everybody for coming in and making it so good. And I'll catch you next Sunday, all being well. So take care, everybody, and stay safe. Cheers for now.